This is your boy DJ Leon D, and on this channel we talk about travel, money, and lots of cooking. Three things I know quite a bit about. I'm not an expert at anything. Nope, not an expert. I just been around a long time and know a lot. Let's get it on. Yeah, this is your boy DJ Leon D, and I'm back. Well, it's that time of the year again, and I gotta tell you about it because I gotta do it. The damn family reunion. You know, when I worked, I had all kind of excuses that I couldn't make it because I had things to do and I had to go to work. I had other things. I had a limited vacation time. So I had a lot of excuses, but let me tell you the truth. When you're retired, you ain't got no damn excuses and they know you should be there. Now, my family reunion is a little bit different than everybody else's in this, probably in the whole world. And I'm gonna go over some things that I'm gonna go over some things that let you know why it's different than everybody else. First thing is that you got city folks and country folks. That's never a good mix. I mean, you got city folks and country folks coming together, and then you got ghetto folks and educated folks. So you can kind of know who's who. But, you know, I didn't pick my relatives because God knows I wouldn't pick any of them. I didn't pick my relatives, and I'm sure some of them would not have picked me. And I would have been very appreciative of that if they would not have picked me. Now, a little background on my family. My granddad had about 4 different families. Oh yeah, he was a Rolling Stone. He had about 4 different families. And I got aunts and uncles who are 30 years apart in age. Yeah, it is what it is. But you know what though? I got those I like and I got those I tolerate. And the right word might be don't like. Because when you start my family reunion, the first thing that's happening is that I got a couple ghetto nieces that got kids they can't support. So they're going to want to come. And they expect me to pay for everything. From Florida to New York. They expect me to pay for everything. Now, I don't mind helping them. But it ain't just paying for them to get there and get a hotel room or Airbnb. That's just where it starts at. It ain't nowhere near where it stops at. When you want to do diversions, say you want to go to Niagara Falls, you want to go to New York City, guess what? They want to go as well. And that's an added expense that you just don't calculate unless you know them. When you know them, you calculate the air flight, the airplane tickets might be $1,000, maybe $1,400, and you say, okay, no problem, I got that covered. The Airbnb might be $1,000, $2,000, got that covered. That's where it begins at. Now you got to feed them 3, 4, 5 times a damn day. And they don't want to eat, they normally eat bologna sandwiches. No, they want to eat what you eat. And they don't realize that you could be eating a steak every damn meal if they didn't come and you didn't pay for it. No, that's just how it rolls. Then you got the ones who want to bring their guns. Who in their right damn mind want to bring a gun to a family reunion? If you feel that you need a gun to be around your family, I think you got the wrong damn family. You shouldn't even be there, go there. And then, like I said earlier, because my granddad had 4 or 5 families, there's some who believes that because this guy's your uncle, they are too, because they're brothers. No, my granddad didn't operate that way. Not at all, not at all, not at all. My granddad got kids who are not really his, but he claimed them. But they want to claim you if you're doing all right in life. If economically you're doing all right, they want to claim you. If you're poor, they ain't claiming your ass. But yet that poor person might be my relative, but not my grandkids. I mean, my granddad's other kids or the ones he raised, they may not be his relative. So, and then you get your cousins who just thinks that because they like Aunt Sally, you should like Aunt Sally. And find out Sally's not even your damn aunt. And you never really spoken to her. So, but yet your blood cousin feels that Sally should be loved by you the same way she loves Sally. And then you always got uncles you think are perverts, you never know, you can't trust. Not saying they did anything wrong. You just tell yourself, I ain't trusting him because I don't know him that well. And, I went about 20 years. Well, no, I went about 15 years without going to a family reunion. I did. Because it's stress. The stress when you get there, like I said, your nieces and nephews who decided to have 4 or 5 kids before they were babies, before they were at 15, 16, whatever, they already started your blood pressure. And now you got these old folks. And I'm going to tell you, not only that, you got to feed them. So like I said, we talk about food on this channel a lot. You got to feed them. And then when you feed them, there are things they don't eat. But they don't care whether they don't care. Whether they ate what you bought them, what they asked for. They all want McDonald's and Burger King and all that fast food shit. That's what they all want. And don't even mention about eating healthy. Because you can look at some of them and say, they ain't never ate healthy. They're never going to eat healthy. They just fat. And fat people don't know they fat. They really don't. Because they've been living with it for a long time. So they can accept that, and they think you should be able to accept that as well. I mean, they don't, and all of them are younger than you, because I'm one of the oldest ones. And I look around and I tell myself, you got conditions that you should work on. You should work on. And then when you get around the family, they eat so little, but yet they take home so much leftovers. They take home a lot. They take home really the whole damn feast that you bought, because they're not going to eat a lot in front of you. But when they're not in front of you, oh yeah, you got to feed that monster inside your stomach, because some monsters never stop eating. And I got cousins who eat like buffaloes. A buffalo can eat a quarter of their weight every single day. A buffalo can. I got cousins who would give those buffaloes a run for the money. They may not do it in front of you, but while you sleep, all you hear is, that's all you hear when you sleep. So you got to sit there and you got to watch this person struggle to not eat that whole damn hog, because, they want to. And, you go and you try, and always is some of the ones you love that are the biggest in the world. It's always some of the ones you love. And then I got to watch the skinny ones run around, because all they hear from their aunties, their grandmas, their moms, their dads, well, most of them ain't got dads present, but all they hear is, go get me this, go get me that, go get me this. And then they want to know why the grandkids don't want to come around them. That's damn near slavery or maid service. I wouldn't come around my grandma or granddad either. If I know all I'm going to do is go get them something they want from the refrigerator. That's usually where what they want is located. It's the refrigerator. I mean, and I wouldn't come around them either. No, because that's not bonding time. That's slavery time. Yeah, I would not come around them at all. So, my family reunion, when the country folks, they gonna sit there and they gonna lick the shit out of their fingers. And us city folks, we gotta watch them lick their fingers like it's no more food left when there's a whole tray of chicken sitting right there. That's just the way they are. They're not gonna change their lifestyle. They're not gonna adapt to a city person lifestyle. I got relatives that don't come visit me, and you know why? Because I got steps. They see a step. No. Because in the country, they don't have steps. No, they don't have colonial houses like up in the north. It's when the north versus the south. It's when the country versus the city. It's when those who are educated with the non-educated. And boy, you got a sideshow to see. It's a song called Sideshow. Google it. That song describes my family. Now, next week, I'm gonna put up some videos of the family reunion. I'm gonna put some up, because boy, it is just something to see. And then, the thing that gets me is that they'll tell you they coming from Florida to New York, and ain't nobody. Ain't nobody got no money to come when they say they gonna come. What they gonna ask you, loan me some money until I get my income tax return next year. Not this year, next year. But yet we had to schedule a whole year in advance. They could have saved $10 or $15 per month and put it in their own account and pay you lump sum. and their family union, we make the food free. That's what gets me the most. You make the food free, and now they want to bring friends and everybody else that you had no clue. And so now you have a chance to run out of food because they brought people that you didn't know was going to come. The only person who knew they were going to come was them because they invited that person. I'm going to tell you, when you go to one of my family reunions, it's not one day. We make it 3 or 4 days. And by the second day, you are done with it. You ready to go. But then again, if you don't stay and lock up the place, they won't lock it up either. It'll be there the entire night wide open, and they're going to have a party because my family likes a good party. I'm going to tell you right now, I do too. Don't get me wrong. But my family, a party is what they live for. And you know, the whole thing is that their kids be like 4 and 5 years old. They're up with them dancing and partying and probably drinking too, alcohol. My family, the one thing we ain't big on, and I learned that last year, if you go out and you buy a lot of water, I'm talking about bottled water, you're going to be the only person drinking it because country folks don't drink water. Nah, I didn't know that. Hell no, and half my family country, matter of fact, 2/3 of them are. They don't drink water. Because I said, y'all need some more ice for the water. They use the ice for their mixed drinks. And the kids drinking Kool-Aid and punches and all this. And then they want to know why little JoJo and little Johnny and little Mickey ain't got no damn teeth by the time they're 8 years old. Because they done sugared them all up. I said, oh, he ain't got no teeth. Maybe those is baby teeth that fell out. No. Those were his permanent teeth. They all gone. They walk around with dentures at the age of 8 years old. 8 years old, they got dentures. Mouth full of them. You get you a pretty smile though. But sometimes they can see how you live. And we all got YouTube and TV and all this stuff. And I'm not a big TV watcher at all. I don't even look at YouTube that much. I might do an hour a week. I just find myself doing other things. But here's the thing. I got family members who ain't got dreams. I'm talking about they young. Living on a dirt road, don't bother them a bit. They are attached at the mother's hip. And the mother is attached at her mother's hip, so their cycle does not break. The way they love a kid is totally different the way I love my kid. I love you, put you through school, private school, college, pay for all that. Get the hell out when you graduate. And he did. He did. It wasn't a hate thing. I want to see what I produced and how it's going to function in the world when I'm gone. No, not them. They don't think they're going to be gone. But I got news for you, though. If you're unhealthy, you won't be here long. And now I'm 5'10", 168 pounds to 170 pounds. Been that way for the last 40 years. They still call me skinny. Even though my BMI is 24, you go to the doctor, I'm not on any kind of medication. And the doctor say, you're in great shape. Great, not good, great shape. And she want to say the word perfect. Because they look at me as, that's all you're going to eat is 2 pieces of chicken. They are chicken thighs. That's enough for anybody. Oh no, that they look at that as the starter. Because they're gonna eat a whole chicken per meal. Not just one person. Each one of them is gonna eat a whole chicken. And then they eat very slow. Some reason, well, I know why they eat slow. I didn't know this when I was younger. I used to want to go out inside and play and run around, eat quick as I could to get back outside. No, they're gonna savor every morsel on that chicken. They are gonna savor every morsel on that chicken. And they're going to take their time and their whole body is going to taste that piece of chicken. And when I got older, I said, damn, it's taking them 2 hours to eat a meal I ate in 2 minutes. That's just how they roll. And the city folks are staring at them the entire time. And they look at the city folks like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? All y'all skinny, all y'all look unhealthy. That's how they see it. That's why, man, even the city folks, I'm going to tell you about city folks and country folks when it comes to money and food. City folks know that a good steakhouse is going to cost you 70, 80 bucks around here. That's just for an average piece of steak. They all know that. When you get a drink and all that, they know that. Country folks would bring their own steak in a steakhouse and ask them can they cook it because they done got it down the street for $1 a pound. And they don't care if it's skirt steak or not. To them, steak is steak. They don't differentiate. And they look at a menu, they drop it and look at you like, I'll eat here if you pay for it. Oh yeah, they're not gonna pay for it. They'll go back to their Airbnb or hotel and just get some bologna and bread or some Vienna sausages, and they're just gonna eat those. And they're they're fine with that. Why you don't eat that when I say I'll pay? Why you gotta eat what I eat? Because I don't eat that kind of stuff. I'm not saying I never had it, because you don't know what you ate when you were younger. I found out a couple of days ago I used to eat Spam. I can't even, hell, I almost threw up, and I ain't ate Spam in, I guess, in my memory. But my auntie, see, that's one thing about family, about a family reunion. When we have family reunions in my family, your older aunts and uncles are gonna bring up some dirt. Never your mom and daddy, because they would have already told you by now. But your aunts and uncles are gonna bring up some dirt, or they call it, remember you used to eat dirt and make mud cakes and mud pies and you used to eat them? No, I don't remember that. No, I do not. And I don't think I ever did that. Now, maybe those country folks did that because I never lived where I had dirt. I had grass and I had tar and concrete. I don't recall in my whole life being near dirt. And the only time I was in the dirt was when I came to visit you at your house. And what uncle or auntie gonna watch their kid, their nieces and nephews? Now, the funny thing about my family, like I said, we have a lot of good food. A lot of good food. But I also have to have a lot of food because not everybody eats the same thing. I told my aunt, I said, make a dessert. Well, she saw the menu that I had and she brought in potato salad. And her husband brought in baked beans. I said, dessert. They brought in potato salad and baked beans because that's what they wanted to eat. They didn't give a damn what we wanted to eat. And the fact that we had the event catered. Yeah, we paid for caterers. And I told everybody, this is what the caterer's gonna have. I guess they got together behind my back and decided this is what we gonna have. And then they didn't bring in enough for everybody. Now it's gonna be 100 people. I mean, they didn't bring in enough for everybody. They bring enough for their family. And I got an aunt, and they told me, well, she said, well, can me and my kids come? I said, well, your kids are my age. This is just for the older ones. No. She said, I said, okay. I said, you know what? You and your family can come. I knew she had 2 kids. No, she's talking about the grandkids, the great grandkids, and the great great grandkids. It was about 40 of them. And now we got capacity for 100, and we only had 2 slots left. Because when you rent facilities in public facilities, the fire marshal have you sign an agreement that you would not have more people than what it says you can have in that cabin in case it's a fire. And now you tell them they can't smoke. Everybody's smoking left and right. The old people smoking cigarettes and cigars, and the young people smoking weed. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Well, I'm smoking outside. The fact is, you in the public. And the fact is, this ain't where you from, and the rules where you from are totally different than the ones where I'm from. It's just weird that when we have one, you don't see the city folks hang with the country folks a lot. And you can tell who owns what vehicle. Because city folks, all 4 tires are the same brand. All 4 tires are the same brand. Country folks, you got 4 different brands, if not 5 different brands. And 5 different sizes. You ain't gonna have an 18-inch on each rim. Hell no, you might have 18, 16, 13. Hell, you might have a bicycle tire on one. And I got cousins who will come with donuts. They done drove 1,000 miles on a damn donut and asked me to check the air pressure. It's a damn donut. And then you got cousins that tell you it's hot and humid. If you weigh 400 pounds, I don't give a damn where you go. It's hot and humid. Hell, it's hot and humid in the North Pole for you. And then I see adults just drinking sodas. You ain't got no sodas in here. Do you think you need one? I think you need something other than soda. No. That's not them. But don't worry, I got a cooler full in the back of my truck. And they got little Minnie running around getting sodas for everybody. And they don't see her gonna be fat. And I'm thinking, oh, the girl 8 years old, she got a bra on. Something's wrong. And yet they come and they have a good time. They come and they have a damn good time. And then they want to know why I don't stay in the same Airbnb with them when I travel. Hell no. I ain't staying with y'all. No. We family, but we ain't that kind of damn family. Because I just seen you eat, so I know how the rest of your day go. I already deduced what it's going to be for the rest of your day. And I'm not going to be sitting there, and because I'm in great shape, you going to sit there and tell me, well, can you go get me this? They don't tell you to get everything at one time. They tell you to get everything as they need it, and yet they know they're going to need 5 sodas over the next 30 minutes. But they're going to have you go get them one at a time. No, that's my family. I hate family reunions because nobody wants to pay for the party, but they want to tell you how to have the party. I even got relatives that wants to tell the DJ what to play, and they ain't paid the DJ nothing. You pay for the DJ. And I always make sure that every song played is appropriate for the audience. If I got a baby or a little kid, you're not going to play curse words. Boy, once they get drunk, they think they are at their own house with their own juke joint and get upset when you tell them they're not playing any kind of music. That's why I pay DJs half after the event. If you leave the playlist, you ain't getting paid because you played what you wanted to play, not what I paid you to play. It's a huge difference for me. So I know I'm ranting about my family. I'm just giving you the facts. Because it's going to be a sideshow, a freak show, whatever you want to call it, but it's going to be a circus next week. It's going to be a circus because, 300 wanted to come, but guess what? Only about 50 had money to make it, and there are about 30 local, and I paid for the other 20. Because I got some older ones that you never know when their last day is going to be. So I wanted them to see each other. And, they really wasn't. Well, no, one of them was the damn problem. The oldest one was the problem. When I tell people they can't come because we are at capacity, they call him and he thinks it'll be all right. He's always been that way. Well, they can come. No. You're damn near 100 years old. They can't do that. You're almost 100 years old. They can't do that. And then you get people the next day in my family. They have no shame in asking, did anybody see my veneers or my teeth? I left them so-and-so. It ain't just one person asking that question. And then you get people responding back, I think you dropped it in the Kool-Aid bucket. Some of the replies you see back, and they're not laughing or joking. They are dead serious. I think you left it in your Hennessy. I did see some teeth in the next to the ice in the Hennessy. Yeah. Oh, we get some responses. And then they respond back, no wonder that ice tastes different. I didn't have my teeth in to chop it up. Yeah. That's just how we roll. I'm going to send you some videos of me, my last family reunion, just getting you ready for the one that I'm going to send out next week. I'm sending you some videos so you can see the last one, so you know how this one, kind of what to expect. But it's going to be a sideshow. But luckily, a few of the educated ones, they got a full agenda. They got things to do every single day. And, we feed them, like I said, 3 or 4 days. We have fun with it. So hopefully it'll be fun. I know for me it won't be, because I'm going to have somebody that I'm going to say bring a dessert, and they're going to bring a Cobb salad, or they're going to bring a chef salad, and they're going to have no dressing. And then my family famous for bringing their own dressing, because hell, I do it when I go out too. But this is DJ Leon D saying, watch out for the next video, because boy, it's going to be the sideshow of the sideshows. Peace out.